Here's the deal. Either you're going to listen to the Secretary of State, the former Secretary of State, or not. Either you're going to listen to her and believe that, in fact, she complied with the spirit and the letter of the law, or you're not going to trust anything she says.
Welcome to Give Me Five, folks. I will go with the latter. I will opt for the latter, not the former. I don't trust anything she says. Now, Barbara Boxer, on the other hand, trusts and believes anything and everything Hillary Clinton says. And why not? She has such a great track record. I mean, here's more.
You're going to either believe Colin Powell, that he didn't do anything wrong, even though he destroyed all the email. You're either going to believe Jeb Bush, that he did nothing wrong with his private server, and Scott Walker, or you're not. And that's going to be an issue that people are going to have to decide. She followed the letter of the law and the spirit of the law. That's what I believe. And all of this, I think, is politics. I think it is sad.
Well, the truth is, she could be in a lot of legal trouble. If you watched Megyn Kelly yesterday, as we've talked about, she could be in a lot of legal trouble. Having said that, stop with these straw man arguments here. Colin Powell. Colin Powell did nothing wrong. The same laws that apply to Hillary did not apply to Colin Powell. So, forget Colin Powell. Stop bringing him up. No, that's number one, first and foremost. So enough of that nonsense. Colin Powell. Here's more.
He says there wasn't classified information. I'm not sure that can be trusted, since we can't trust her to do the right thing the first time. And the thing about classified information, we're not talking about transmitting necessarily a document's classified, but many of her conversations would be classified. So let's say I wanted to know tomorrow about all her conversations by email with the president. I would think many of those would be classified, and yet she says that she did these conversations on a private server.
Yeah, please. I mean, from what Hillary tells us, if you take it at face value, she did no work. She didn't communicate with the president. She didn't communicate with anybody about anything of substance. Now, this is nonsense. Although, maybe she was just a frequent flyer. That wouldn't shock me either, because foreign policy she worked out so very well, didn't it? All right, so here's Barbara Boxer responding to Rand Paul.
He said he doesn't trust Hillary Clinton, someone he may be running against for the presidency. This is a shock. A lot of people don't trust Rand Paul. What does it prove? The bottom line is, Rand Paul's going to say what he did with his emails. Either you trust him or not. Hillary Clinton is going to say what she did with hers. Let's move on to what's important to the people here.
And what would that be, Barbara Boxer? Perhaps equal work for equal pay? Oh, I'm sorry. Hillary paid people at the Clinton Foundation, and still does, 60 cents on the dollar if they're women to men. As senator, she paid 72 cents on the dollar, women to men. The top 8 wage earners at the Clinton Foundation, which, by the way, takes contributions from countries like Saudi Arabia that treat women like garbage, the top wage earners, the top 8, are men. Is that what's important to women? Is that what is important to the voters that you want to talk about? Here's one more, folks.
Robert Gibbs, what do you make of this, the way the Clintons are handling this, Hillary Clinton exactly, and her people? She seems to be very good at answering the questions of last week, but never quite prepared for next week's questions. I mean, she doesn't make herself available for the surprise question.
Well, I will say, waiting 8 days to say what they said yesterday, I think was startling to Democrats. I doubt there was anything that was said yesterday that couldn't have been said last Wednesday or Thursday or Friday, and put a little bit of this story to bed a lot earlier. I think not having the apparatus of a campaign, even though everybody on the planet knows she's a candidate for president, I think hurt her in this instance.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, it's not only Chris Matthews and Robert Gibbs that have a problem with Hillary. Washington Post story, as we've been talking about, quoting saying that top Senate Democrats are very fed up with Hillary Clinton. Look, she's not smooth. She doesn't relate. You look at her. What do you get when you look at Hillary Clinton? You say that's an honest person. That's someone who is just like the rest of us. That's someone who's going to care about me. That's someone who has the good of the country at heart and number one in her mind. No. I don't think so. On the Steve Malzberg Show.